None of us have ever had a problem with legal scanned immigrants.
You did when you came to America!
Say your thing, homie. We were not immigrants, we were pioneers!
Then we would have to call Hitler a pioneer. Because what was done to the people of this nation, what was done to the people of this nation was not pioneering, it was destroying cultures that were already here.
We bought a fair amount of their land, and they sold it to us.
Their definition of an immigrant.
I seem to remember. Alright, go ahead.
You just said that you bought and that they sold land.
Yes. They sold their land to us for beads. Where'd you get that?
The stack is open. There are 4 people on it. My sister, you are next. And who wants one? Raise your hand and I'll get you. Raise your hand and I'll get you. I got you. Okay. Okay. Go ahead.
Alright, so I just wanted to read off a comment from a Trump supporter about this very topic. When I asked him, do you consider this your country? He said, yes, my country, the land my ancestors purchased in blood and sweat and tears since the 1600s. Fuck the barbaric nomadic tribes that inhabited this land beforehand. My ancestors and relatives fought in the Revolution, the Alamo, the Civil War, and the World Wars, and set up businesses, changed policies, and dedicated themselves to this nation. I will follow them in honor in the soil that they soaked my family's bread and blood, and I will stomp upon the traitor Sherman that assaults America such as yourself. Your reckoning is coming to you, vile left-wing parasite. Just you wait, God and country before class war.
Oh, no, listen to one person. Alright, there we go. Oh, you want that? Okay, I got you. So you're next. You might want to do a mic check if you feel like you might interrupt.
And maybe stand up and be so
you know, something to think about.
Mic check! Mic check! Mic check! Mic check!
Okay, with the immigrant thing, like, people came here, when we were immigrants, our ancestors came here because we were in search of a new land, and a new opportunity. And when other people come, like from Mexico, they're wanting a new opportunity. They're just wanting the best for their children. So why is it such a cheap thing? Why are we going to deport 11 million Americans? Because why can't we just keep them here and like let them like work their way into our country, because they've already made a living here. And so why are we just going to keep them out? And if we build a wall, that's only going to block out one of our biggest people in trade. So what? That's so painful, and that's not going to work, because if we just block out like Mexico and everything, then we're only going to make ourselves a bigger target for like hate and everything, and it's going to ruin our people's trade. So please just find a better solution. And all this work for China, they just like fucking us over it. So we should please find a better solution to that, and helping people to other people of different races.
I got you on the stack. Thank you. Okay, so right here in the glasses, look right here. You want it, right? So get up, and if people are interrupting you, say mic check. So you might want to get up if people can't hear you. Okay.
My family were immigrants. They came here legally. They paid thousands and thousands of dollars. They waited years. I don't see why it's fair to let other people who we have no idea who they are, they could be criminals, they could be anything, just waltz through the country with no sort of repercussion or anything like that. I don't see how it's fair.
People of color, Trump supporters make this.
Can I respond to that?
Are you good? No.
People who disagree with you are evil, especially when they over the
Okay, are you finished? Yeah. Okay, anybody else want to understand before I go to the next person?
guys that said that?
Oh, no, I can't tell nobody. I mean, he didn't tell us. They are not going to listen. Right, hold up. Look. So, I just want to let y'all know. What's your name? Carlos just told me that people in the back are talking, so they can't hear. I tell him that if I tell them to be quiet, they're probably not going to listen. So let's see, okay? Excuse me, y'all. You got me quiet? Okay, like I said, y'all see, right? Okay. I love Cardi B. Okay, so look, yellow skirt, I got you. Anybody else, raise your hand. I want to be on top. Okay, we got you. Okay, you go.
Okay, so this part were... Mic check! Mic check! Thank you! Alright, so this is the part where I have to stop being a journalist and start being a Jewish woman. And if... This goes for both sides. And if I hear one more mention of Hitler or the Holocaust, I will go off.
Wait, can I?
Hey! I'm sorry. My people's experience is not your metaphor to use.
Wait,
Please don't mention Hitler or the Holocaust.
Okay, so next, I got Heidi, and anybody else feel free to mention any other fashion things that you know. I got you on stack.
we can talk about this.
I got you on stack. Heidi, go ahead. Okay, and you will mic check if you feel like
Mic check!
Mic check!
Alright, I am not going to stand here and tell indigenous folks and people of color how upset they should be, but that they need to know how fucked up this system is, or that Trump is a problem. I am speaking to fellow white folks whose family came from fucking Europe. Yes, that's where we're from. We're not from Turtle Island. Okay? Let's remember that. All the wars were fought over to steal people's land. That's the problem. You all need to learn a little history. And I'm talking about fellow white folks here. The only way to combat this shit is to join an organization that has an anti-racist, anti-capitalist stance. That's what I'm talking about. And you need to get out of the fucking way and let people of color and indigenous people organize themselves. They don't need to know the individual stuff. We don't need to tell them. They know how bad it is. They've been living and breathing that shit. So we need to organize. If this shit pisses you off and you leave here without thinking about what anti-racist organization you're going to join, then you are a problem. You are part of the problem. Remember, they'll make America great again. That's they want to make America white again because this country. They know that's what they're saying, and they don't have a problem with that. My group last week, who are groups of white settler folks who know that we benefit from this white supremacist system, and we're pushing back against that shit. And we're getting out of the way of people of color trying to organize their shit, right? We held an event called Trump is America. Is Trump not the essence of what America was fucking founded on, y'all? Yes, white people. Let's remember that. So Trump is just spewing what America, and you know I'm right. You know I'm right. That's what this country was founded on, and he's just airing its dirty laundry and reminding everybody Cruz is just as bad. They're all just as bad. Right? So we all need to remember that. And if you hate this shit, the only way to combat it is to join an organization, because the masses of people make history. And can we remember what this election system was founded on? It was a racist project. The Electoral College was a racist project. This system has nothing for you. White folks who love Trump, he's got nothing for you. I hate to tell you, but if he gets voted in, shit is going to get really bad for you, because he said. Let's talk some policy. Let's talk some policy. He said, right, first of all, that he said he has a big brain. Okay, thank you very much. He also said that the minimum wage was too high.
Yes.
It is! It is!
It causes headaches.
It's not your turn on stack. No, you're not cutting me off. You're talking some truth up in here to white folks who are benefiting off this white supremacy system.
Evil white
You
people!
don't have to be a member of the Klan, white folks, or a member of the KKK. No, listen up. My check! My check! Shut the fuck up! Heidi, go! Yeah.
Yo, me man.
You know I'm right. So don't leave here without talking to someone from Susu. Talking to me. And I'm gonna end on a chant that I bring into every fucking space I can. Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! Long live Palestine! Long live Palestine! Long live the
Anti-Semitic! Those anti-Semites just want to exterminate the Jews to death.
We're gonna go on with the
It's very obvious the socialists are not the racist. The racist version of Trump.
If you're Jewish, it's like a fight, that's not your fight.
We're gonna continue with the
If you want to talk, you can raise your hand. She's taking steps.
I got the stack. Everybody that raise their hand is on it. Everybody can talk. Raise your hand if you want to speak. The next person is right here. And if you want to speak, raise your hand. And that's how we're going to do it. Good. I got you. You're on the stack. You're next. Go.
Hi, I'm Timothy. I'm an Irishman and I'm also part Native American. Am I a good Irishman? Am I an excellent Native American? No. But I love my family, I love my heritage, and I love my history. One young lady up here actually asked, why do Republicans, I forget the whole statement.
My statement?
Yeah,
I asked a man why he considers America his country.
sorry, wrong statement. I'm fallible.
Keep going, keep going, keep going.
You're doing great. There's one, like a young lady up here somewhere asked, why is the Republican Party so great? They aren't. They live off of fear. It's very simple. John Teich admitted that a few years back. Jesse Helms admitted it back in the 80s. And those two are members of the Republican Party.
Can you guys please be quiet so I can hear him?
They live off of fear and they live off of ignorance. That's why they don't want you to go to college. Because they know that smart people will be the downfall of the Republican Party. They know that the Republican Party is in shambles. The Tea Party is living embodiment of that. If it wasn't for the Tea Party, then 9/10 of the recession wouldn't have occurred. Look at the financial problems that we had back in 2008, 2009, 2010, 2011. And it wasn't Federal Reserve. What was the Republican Party getting away from the Dodd Act and eliminating it from the books. They eliminate the law from the books, and they eliminate a bunch of regulations.
Regulations actually went up on the financial industry.
You're thinking of Glass-Steagall is the one you're thinking of.
Thank you.
Let's see.
Alrighty.
Anyway, because of that loss and the act being repealed, led by Republicans, that led to the financial crisis. You can claim that wasn't, but it started way back during the first Bush administration.
Glass-Steagall was repealed in 1992.
It was repealed in 92. However, who was in office at that time? George Bush.
If you want to
They came off the
Are you finished? Or do you want to have a discussion? Y'all can definitely have it outside. Are you done? Are you done?
Go for it.
Okay, thank you. Do you want on stack? I already got you, baby. Don't you?
I don't know how long it's going to be.
You're on the stack. You're next.
Okay, so
Okay.
I heard a lot of interesting policies. I agree. Palestinians have a vital right to live there as Israelis. However, how many people support Bernie? Can you just get a okay? Are you aware that Bernie's voting record shows his support for the Palestinian genocide? Can you be more explicit?
Yeah, we didn't say Bernie.
Can you explicate a little bit? Can you give us
I thought there was a lot of
detail?
support for the Palestinians' right to exist, but you know.
Are you finished?
Yeah, I'm coming.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so purple hat. Who got on a purple hat in here?
I did. I changed it.
Oh, you changed it? Okay, you're not going to. All right, well, come on, stand up and make sure everybody can hear you.
All right.
And please, people, don't interrupt.
All right,
Please.
so I want to address one thing. Somebody asked who put you in charge, and I would argue lack of leadership put this young lady in charge. One thing, so I'm from a small town and I'm a veteran. Care of that, there are a lot of people that I love deeply who hold very, very conservative views, very, very strongly. So I love a lot of conservative people that I disagree with wholeheartedly. One thing that conservatives say that fucking I hate is that they want to take their country back. And if any of y'all say that, I want to ask you one question. Who do you want to take your country back from?
The regulators.
If I may, try to stay away from questions, because if you want a discussion, tap somebody on the shoulder and take them outside.
Okay, fair point.
Finish your
Okay,
point.
well, I'll just leave that one on the table
Okay.
there. Because, like I said, you know, I was born here, raised here, I served this country's military. I'm here finishing my fucking engineering degree. I'm a research assistant, and if you're going to tell me that I'm not American enough to be considered, to have this considered our country and not your country, you can fuck off. I have a question.
No.
Oh, are you on staff? I do not think so. I do not think you are on staff. Shut up.
This is the students. This is the students for Trump meeting.
Very simple. If you want to talk, you can talk. Raise your damn hand. It's so easy.
This isn't the Alyssa Pagan meeting. This is the students for Trump meeting. The students for Trump people should be the ones talking.
Trust me,
We came here to organize.
You guys have your meetings where you guys can talk about your stuff. They have their meeting where they want to talk about their stuff.
Go to safe space. You look upset, bro. Go ahead. It's okay.
If you have a question, tap somebody on the shoulder and ask them to have a discussion with us. The next person on it, and if somebody interrupts you, mic check them.
Mic check. Mic check. Mic check. Mic check. Mic check. Mic check. First, I just have to say to the students, United for Donald Trump or whatever it is, this is frankly really embarrassing for you. You have to have somebody from a student group whose politics lie completely the opposite of yours come in and take over your meeting. That's ridiculous.
You guys came here and talked over us.
SK!
We didn't ask you to come here.
Finish your point. Finish your point.
As far as I know, according to your Facebook page, this was a completely open meeting. So this is brilliant. For your first meeting as a student group on campus, this is amazing. Frankly, congratulations. These people claim that this meeting was open, but they can't fucking stand when two black women come in and fuck it up. And so give their opinion, they can't stand it.
Look at all these people.
If you listen to Donald Trump, you will know he has no foreign policy plan. His foreign policy plan is we're gonna do some shit and make other countries pay for it. That's not a foreign policy plan. What he has made very clear, though, is that he hates Mexicans, he hates Muslim people.
Citation needed.
Well, fine.
Why don't you start students against Trump?
Fine. So that's correct.
Sounds like you need to start students against Trump.
You're a horrible reporter.
Finish your point, mama.
I'll be more
You're just
clear.
butthurt because you're YouTube famous now.
We love you. Kathy needed social.
I'm on stack, you fucker! Shut the fuck up.
Go to the Students Against Trump meeting.
Can't stop the Trump! Can't stop the Trump! Can't stop the Trump!
I will be more clear. He thinks the Mexicans are rapists and criminals.
Better citation.
I'm on staff. He thinks that all Muslims should be barred from entering the country, and he thinks that Black Lives Matter supports killers and drug dealers.
No shit. Islam is a hate group.
And criminalizes black people. Donald Trump. Mic check. Donald Trump has no plan, but he is very clear about his opinions on people who are not white, frankly. So, what we can see here, even though this is supposed to be a completely open meeting, this is a microcosm of what Trump's campaign is. A venue for justified racism. We have somebody running in this presidential election who is mobilizing people for justified racism. We know what you're doing.
I'm not racist.
No, mic check. The last thing, if you want to go to a meeting that is also very large, or you will not be interrupted or marginalized.
Like you're interrupting everybody here.
What you should do is join the PSU Student Union. We meet every Monday at 6, and at those meetings, you raise your hand, you get on stack, you're going to be on stack. It's going to be amazing, I promise.
Where?
And the basement of this building.
Okay, so the next person who wants that? You, baby. Yes, we ready for you. Come on.
You want a hand? I got you, buddy.
Now, no one's going to interrupt him, right? Everybody's going to let him speak. He hasn't started yet.
Shut up. Just shut the fuck up.
Can she, I'd like to let her repeat her question. Oh.
When we've collected enough
Vladimir? Yes.
Yeah, it's terrifying.
Very fitting that you know with Trump.
What? Wow. Judge based on his
Are you finished?
I don't think
you might want to continue.
I don't think he's even started.
Maybe if everybody would shut the fuck up and let him talk.
Yeah, no, take your opportunity.
Okay, so since I don't remember her question, I'll talk about, you guys mentioned white pioneers who came and, fought battles. Well, war and conquest is a big part of humanity. Now, it's not the best part, but it's a part of it. The Moors were invading Spain. Nobody is saying, oh, well, they stole the land, even though there's a large amount of them living right now in Spain. The Mongols attacked and took a lot of territory of the Russians. But nobody is, blaming them for doing that, because that's war, conquest. Not everything can be solved by peaceful means. That's why we have a military. So blaming white people for colonizing this country, well, why don't you blame everyone who's ever committed war?
Are you finished? No, we're not doing responses. If you have a response, you tap them on the shoulder and ask them to have a conversation. Are you finished?
And I remembered her question. I remembered it.
Okay, well, come on, baby.
Okay, she asked why we are concerned with illegal immigrants coming to this country. Now, he answered very well. He said that, criminal issues, terrorists, we need to vet people. But there's another aspect to this, which is the Republicans' party platform. They support immigration. That's how I got here. I'm an immigrant, first generation. So I wasn't born here. I can't be president. But, okay. But anyway, so the Republican Party platform believes, that if we allow people to come legally, we are incentivizing lawbreaking. And people such as my father, if there's anti-illegal immigrant sentiment, there will of course form anti-immigrant sentiment. So these people are essentially creating violence against immigrants of all types, illegal and legal. Another aspect in the United States, illegal immigrants make up 1/30 of the United States population. We take 300 million people, about 10 million immigrants. We get 1/30 of the population are illegal immigrants. But in our court system, 351,000 of the 2.5 million or so people. That is 1/6 or 1/7 of our population. So illegal immigrant crime rates are essentially higher. That is a bad thing. That's not a good thing. And not to mention, that's a fact. You can look at it.
Why that is though?
Why? Let her talk. Let her talk.
No. You wanna? No, please. Because I'm gonna interrupt them if they do what you're doing.
Here. I think I know what she's gonna say.
Okay, you would. Do you want to understand? Okay, all right. So please.
I think so she was going to say that it's because of, police, the police are biased against people of color. Well, I kind of explain. I've talked a lot to people like you, and I'm friendly.
People like you.
I'm saying people on your left.
I don't think you talk to everybody.
On the left.
Mic check!
So if we look at violent crime statistics, we will find a larger amount of them as a proportional aspect caused by people of color. Now that's not because there are people of color. There may be some, but that's a fact. That's a fact. That's a fact. But police are so concerned about, so the incarceration rate for Black Americans is about the same as the rate of aggravated assault, murder, rape, whatever. It's FBI crime stats. They often ask people who committed the crime against you, this is called the FBI survey, and they find that people are interested in saying what the race of the person who attacked them was because it helps them find the criminal. Many aspects. So they don't have an incentive to lie on this thing. So the incarceration rate almost matches, maybe with 1% plus or minus, this reporting rate. So that's for violent crime. Now for non-violent crime, people of color are more likely to resist the police. That's a fact. That's a fact.
Fact.
Are you done?
Now that's a fact check
Are
right
you
there.
done? Are you done?
Fact check. Fact check.
Okay, yeah, fact check, baby. Are you done?
Yeah, I'm done.
Okay, wonderful. Please. Okay, so I gotta hold. You're next.
Okay.
So you might want to go mic check.
Mic check! Okay, so first of all, I would like to say that I'm the child of an immigrant. My mother is from South Korea, and my dad's Caucasian, he's from California, and my mother came legally. And my parents are also Republican. However, they do not support Donald Trump in their anti-immigrant stance, and my mother came to this country looking for the acceptance that America instills around the world, and that's our message that we spread. However, with Donald Trump as leader, I don't feel like that would continue, and I feel like America would come to a stall. And the other question I have, or the other point that I would like to make, is that a lot of these immigrants that are coming to the United States are, they're trying to escape from persecution and genocide around the world, and different ethnic groups, different religions, and I feel like the United States would definitely, we need this type of diversity in our country, and I feel like it actually adds to our, to the American dream. And I feel like everybody should have the right to what we say is the American dream. And I don't think that should be based off of if we get here legally or illegally, because my roommate parents are technically illegal immigrants, and her mother works 3 jobs trying to support 2 children, and they don't do a damn thing that's illegal with drugs, violence, or anything. And I would like to say that my roommate is a model citizen who also works 2 jobs and goes to school full time. So,
well, that's not an advocate.
Okay, you already know how we do it.
I know the spiel.
Baby. Are you finished?
Yeah.
Are you sure? Because you got interrupted. Are you sure?
I'm good.
Okay, so you next. Okay, anybody else that wants to speak, you raise your hand, and I got you. Yes, baby. Thank you. Go.
Mic check.
Mic check.
Hey guys, I've been sitting at this table for a little bit trying to sort of observe the you know, the zoo, the show, as close as possible. Not that you guys are animals or anything like that. But what I've really noticed is something that is emblematic of my understanding of the Trump sort of campaign, is that a lot of you are willing to just sort of stop listening to anybody else and just sort of their logic, their reasoning, it means nothing. I'm just going to embrace whatever opinion that I have. Can you explain to me? I mean, I'm not going to ask you to explain because we don't have the time. But how can you so willfully ignore not just what we're saying, but what your own candidate is saying? Because anybody, and I'm going to assume that you guys are well-reasoned thinkers to some degree. You guys are capable of coherent thought. You're wearing hats with words on them. You can read those, I'm sure. Well, no, I'm assuming you can read, which means that you can understand the English language. And the things that he has said are vitriolic, incorrect, and hateful. Like what?
No, we're not going to do that. Not at all. Okay.
Let him speak.
Yeah,
Then it's male privilege that is preventing him from speaking.
Thank you. Continue right now, please.
All right.
Okay.
All I mean to ask of you is not to necessarily even change your outlooks on politics or change who you are as people, but at the very least, if there are this many people in this room telling you that what you're doing is hateful towards them, to acknowledge that. If all of these people showed up to tell you that the things that Trump have been saying are disparaging to their culture, disparaging to them as individuals, as Americans, then you have a duty as an American to consider their self. Do you understand that? Each of you has asked us to quiet down and let you have your say, but at the same time, anytime you interrupt one of us, or interrupt anyone, or tell them,
Mic check!
Mic check!
Mic check!
Mic check!
Mic check! Out of respect, could y'all take your conversation maybe over there, because it's making it really hard to hear. You're horrible organizers.
That's totally fair.
Why don't you guys take the students against Trump for meetings to a different area?
And talk amongst themselves and we don't exist. But that's not how this country is. We might be the minority, but there's still a fuckload of us.
That's why it's an open meeting.
Yeah, exactly.
No, we're not going to do that. I'm going to catch all of y'all. Please continue. And if you want to have a conversation.
You love authoritarianism, so it's
No. Look at me. Don't look at nobody else. Look. So if you want to have a conversation, y'all can have it outside. But I want you to continue to finish your thoughts so we can go on, okay?
Yeah.
Don't, please.
So that's really all I'm asking you guys as Trump supporters is to take the time to reflect on your own philosophy and those of the people here. Really? Like, I'm accepting the fact that you can, and I ask you to. So these people are going to keep speaking, and I'm going to ask you to just like, if you're going to say your piece, say your piece. I'm going to ask you, please let them say theirs, and be aware, keep your ears and eyes open, and try to form some semblance of empathy. You got it?
That was a question. We're not going to do that either. Be careful standing on that step. Okay, so, just to let everybody know, I am taking a stack. A stack means a speaker's list. So if you have something to say, raise your hand. Make sure you get eye contact with me. Write down what it is that you're wearing, and I'll make sure that you get your time. I'm asking that people do not engage in discussion while they say their piece. If you want to say something to somebody, if you have a question, tap them on the shoulder and have the discussion outside the room. Sis, don't play me, please. So, that's how it's going. So, yes, raise your hand if you got something to say. I also want to say, are there any new people who just came into the room since the last time that I was speaking? Is anybody new in the room? So I wanna, okay, hi. So I wanna let you know, to be fair to everybody in the room. So we did a little poll.
Hey, dude, if you want to
and we
have an open
asked
discussion
people,
with those guys.
and I'm gonna do it again. So check this out, since you know. If you are a Trump supporter, raise your hand. If you are a Trump supporter, raise your hand. Okay. Look. So you say, if you are not a Trump supporter, raise your hands. Okay, so I wanted you to know that you are in the company.
Too much.
So, the next person is Sam Herbs. Where you at?
They left.
Still here?
They left.
Okay, so Sam is born. So right here, I'm not saying that. Want to make sure I can hear you.
Give them their fair due.
Okay.
They can't think. Like, I'm gonna go listen to this circle of try not
I feel so important. I feel like what you must feel like us honestly. Don't you think? Okay, so I know that you guys are probably used to comedy since you are Trump supporters. So I would like to invite you to the comedy show. A person you want to over there. It goes to 10. If you're done there, you can stick around. But stick around, Melissa, because sometimes it's good for the crowd. So thank you. Bye.
Okay, so, blue tank with glasses again. Who has on a blue tank top and has on glasses that's smoking your food? Not you, your purple hat. Good, that's not a blue tank top. Wait, okay. They might have left. They might be over there. Also, got somebody over there in the corner. Y'all in the stack. You want to come back to the conversation, or should we move into you? Oh, y'all are done? Oh, good. So I'm going to consider this. We did this shit. Okay. So, this is what I came here to do. For the science, shirt with the green flash. So you might want to get somebody in here.
Can everybody hear me? Yep. I'm not going to say my turn.
Why? Because you don't like it.
I can see. Hey, Mike Jack! Mike Jack!
Right, yeah.
Please speak up.
Imagine what it's surrounded by not listening to
That's a good point.
Seriously, it should not be that we have one outcome with the person who do not represent their beliefs. That sort of conversation, just like continue in another place, because seriously, this is not.
Oh, okay. Hey, do you want to say that again?
I'm just saying that they're doing the exact thing that you're asking of the Trump supporters to go have a discussion.
This was both sides. So you go over there. No. Go ahead. Thank you. Okay, it's cool. That's hey. One more. Okay. Blue T-shirt with glasses again. Now you, not a tank top. Go. And they can't hear you, so you might want to
stand up, man. Stand up.
Your voice projects better when you stand.
Stand up, dude. We cannot hear you. We need you to stand up.
Prefer to sit down. I taught you referenced.
Please speak up. I'm 5 feet away from you. I can't
I'm
hear
having
you.
a personal conversation.
No, that's what I'm saying. Take it up to the
not that well.
Mic check.
Mic check.
You referenced our group here, and you said, how could you, be intolerant of the other people here? I don't want to generalize you guys, but I assume you have liberal positions. I respect well-reasoned arguments with facts. I have not seen that here so far. I'd also like to say that as a person of color, I find it really disingenuous and honestly kind of offensive to assume that anybody who supports this candidate is a racist or is a white supremacist. I find that very offensive, honestly. And Donald Trump, out of every other candidate, even McCain, even Romney, he's actually gotten more than minority vote. Because it's not just white people who are affected by this current economy, by the current U.S. It's not just, rich white people who want to, make America white again. It's poor black people who are having their jobs taken by illegal immigrants. They're the ones who are negatively affected, disproportionately. And honestly, I feel like...
Mic check!
Mic check!
I just wanted to say...
That's your people over there, man.
Yeah, they're talking over you.
I just want to say, I don't think a person's skin color should
You're talking over somebody in your group right now.
Mic check!
Mic check!
I just want to say that...
You can have that one.
Thanks, man. I just want to say that I don't think that because, of Hillary's skin, you have to stay liberal, you have to stay voting for Bernie, you have to stay in Hillary's camp. I feel like it doesn't matter, honestly, because nothing so far is said, I can't support it because, all the other minorities are with this person. I feel like that's very kind of...
No, we're not going to do that.
We're gonna have a conversation. Here, let's stand up and go talk over here, because I have a question.
Okay, wonderful. Okay. So y'all want to continue here? Because we're almost finished with the stuff. I got you. Please stop raising your hand. I told you I got you like 3 times.
Here's the deal, man.
Okay.
Here's my question.
Oh.
Yes, go over there.
Okay, go. You might want to go mic check.
Mic check!
Mic check!
Alright, first and foremost, I want to acknowledge that you are on my people's land. I am Nimipu, Nez Perce, Washington, Oregon, Idaho. This is my land. These are my people. So you are occupiers if you are not from here. Secondly, I want to point out a couple things. The gentleman that spoke a little bit ago talked about how they must feel in the middle of this crowd listening to us. And that's how we feel every single day when we have to listen to people oppressing our voices.
I don't think so either, but a lot of white people almost represented.
Honestly, I felt safer.
I know.
Honestly, I felt
But
safer.
I don't think it's...
I felt safer here in our group before we were surrounded by...
Of course, that's fair. Being surrounded by a lot of people that disagree with you and are cheering at you, that's really difficult.
We're here to listen to everybody. We're doing this correctly. But we're getting shouted down even though we're the ones, the majority of the group. And that's not okay. And lastly, I want to acknowledge that there is no border. They talk about illegal immigration. People of Central America and Mexico and all these places were all questioned. The border was put upon our people, not the other way around. We didn't put it there. So stop talking about illegal immigration because you made it. We didn't.
I'll put you on the list. We're doing a long study. I'll put you on it. Don't worry. Thank you. So purple hat over there. So now we got beige hat. Finally. Now.
Mic check! Mic check!
Wasn't enough to convince me that he was racist in that moment. So, I mean, how am I supposed to interpret that? If he backs that from it, that's not what I...
Mic check! Mic check! How many of you guys over there can vote?
We've got one registered voter. One registered.
So I just want to...
Now racist. I'm putting a stop to minutes.
Vote! Get out and vote!
That's what he was talking about. He was saying,
Oh, we missed you because you wanted to be Okay, listen. I'll put you back on. You better make it cute. You better come with something real good. Go!
So the vast majority of people that are over there, standing here making choices.
Very honest, he said things like, I would run for I read that article.